Good afternoon, garden friends. You ever have a moment when you are planning on doing something and then someone reaches out to you to see if you want to do a collaboration with them? Well, this couldn't have come at a better time. Vego Garden is sponsoring this video. I am going to be using their grow lights. Now, as you guys all know, I do like starting a lot of my plants from seeds. I struggled this season, the beginning of the season, to where I did not have a lot of success. And I don't know if it was due to the lighting that I had before or the soil that I ended up using. But, when Vego reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in trying out their grow lights, I had told them this couldn't have been a more perfect time for them wanting to sponsor this video for me. So let's go ahead and open this up because I'm going to go ahead and get this hooked up, but then I'm also going to be doing some seedlings. But let me just tell you some of the seedlings that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some wildflowers, and it's a hummingbird mix. And this is a good time. So I'm going to get those guys started. I always do zinnias. My last batch didn't, turn out right. So I'm going to be doing both the giant flower canary bird and then also the giant double enchantress. These guys, I did these last year and they did really, really well. So I'm really interested to see how, if it was the lights that I was using that gave me the problems. And then I'm also going to be doing some more of my sunflowers, the dwarf sunspots. So let's go ahead and get this open. And then, like I said, I will be going up into the Paris room because that's where my racks are that I will be hooking this up in. Now, oh wow, these are nice. Oops, hold on for a minute. There's something else in the bottom. Probably the lines, the connector lines. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. And I'm wondering if that is a magnet. So I got 3 of these. And then I'll read the specs in regards to them. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so you get the grow light module and magnet mount for simple installation. Now that is good because my rack is metal. It connects. So you got the metal back here that you end up connecting it to. You got the power strips, and as you know, when you're going on the layers, to be able to run the cords in the zigzag. You also have LED grow light modules. So, oh, this is nice. Okay, guys, this is nice. So the modules represent when the lights that you have on when they're seeds, and then when they're leafy, and then they give you different choices for, like, if you're going to do fruits, herbs, or greens. Now, this is great. This is really, really great to be able to have this unit and try it out to make sure, the proper lighting is happening when you are doing your seedlings. So let me just go ahead and read some more of this. So I got the 3-pack. Okay, so you get the 3 grow light models, the magnet mount. You get 3M adhesive steel plates. You get the power adapter. You get the connection wires. And then, of course, the user manual. Attach the magnet mount directly to any clean and dry steel surface. So hold on for a minute. I think that also might be in the box. Yep. Okay, so there are your connector, your 3 connector cords along with the outlet. Oh, wow. And then these are the magnets that I will attach to my rack. And then it looks like this, based off of the contour of this, fits nicely. Boy, was that solid. Was that solid. Okay, guys, so let's go on up into the Paris room where my rack is, get these guys installed, and then I am going to get my seedling beds made and get them under the lights. I am excited about this. Thank you so much, Vego, for sponsoring this video. Okay, so I'm up in the Paris room, and the first thing they say to do is attach the sticky tape of the 3M to the metal surface. So let's go ahead and get that off. Oh, okay, I guess you don't take that off. Oh, that's only if I did not have a magnetic surface. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this centered. Like I said, you end up putting the magnet on, connect it on there. And then where it attaches to the metal bar. Okay, so let me move this one out the way. I did put this one on. And that's amazing how simple that is. And now let's put the third one on. Oh, and you got to make sure that this part is what's connecting to the metal. Okay, so I have the 3 set, and now I'll end up connecting the wires. I already got the one connected because I have a power strip that I'm using, and it's always best, especially if you're going to have multiple things connected to it, because I also have my heating pads connected to it, is to use a power strip. Okay, so all 3 are hooked up, and as you can see, I ran the cord down here, connected to this one, the cord ran there, come down and connect to the third one. So let's go ahead and turn the lights on. All right, as you guys can see, I have really good coverage on all 3 of the units. Now, I think the one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to turn it around so that I can see the modules that it's on. So let me go ahead and turn those around. All right, so as you can see, it is on the seeds. So I got my heating pads also on. So let me go on downstairs and get my fall seeds planted and bring these guys up on to the grow lights in the heating pad. Okay, and like I said, it has different modes listed, and the grow lights offer 5 intelligent mode optimizations for various plant types and growth stages. As I stated, you got the seed, leafy, fruit, herbs, and greens, and how you end up moving it to those sections is you hit the button here that moves it over to the lighting. And as you see, did you see that? The lighting changes. So I would understand why for seedlings, you would want the most possible light that you can get. So like I said, let me go downstairs and get my seedling trays done and we'll bring them up. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Vego. Okay guys, so I am gonna be trying something new. I'm gonna be trying the pellets to see how they end up doing. Hopefully it will not bring the gnats. So I gotta go ahead and pour some warm water on the pellets so they can expand, and then once they expand, I can go ahead and drop my seeds in there. I also got some of my regular planters that I'm gonna use potting soil in. So I'm also testing, you know, which works better, because for some reason when I do the potting soil, I'm not having much success. So let me go ahead and get these guys wetted down. I'm gonna get the potting mix also wetted down. That's gonna go inside my other containers, and then I will get these seeds planted. I'm also going to be doing some okra and Swiss chard, and using the lighting for the vegetables, so that I'm going to be doing the seedlings, and I'm going to be doing seedlings for vegetables. All right, so let me go ahead and get this wet down. Okay, I got to show you this. Have you guys ever used this before? You know, I'm always trying something, and just want to make sure that this ends up working. The ones that look like they were on their side, I need to flip around. Okay, so I'm gonna do the wildflowers first. Because of not knowing what I'm going to end up with is what's sort of exciting. Oh yeah, those are more than enough. Put a couple seeds in each one, push them down, and then hopefully have a nice mixture of wildflowers that I will be able to plant, like probably by July, be able to get them in the ground. It will be really interesting to see what I end up with. And I think what I'll end up doing is probably in the area by the courtyard, plant some of these, because I do know my candy tufts will just more or less have the greenery, and I think this will give me a nice variety of flowers plant around, because like I said, we don't end up having extremely cold weather, at least for a lengthy period of time. And then what I might end up doing is just mulching the area really, really heavy, just to see if anything comes back. Okay, so that's one tray. And then, like I said, I'm gonna spritz it and then go and take it up onto my new Vego lights. Let me get this other tray. So next is gonna be the canary bird zinnias. I don't know if I got 9 of these. Oh no, I don't. I know I don't. Okay, so let's see. canary, sunflowers, enchantress, and I have 3 rows left. Do you want the sunflower? I think I'm going to do the sunflowers, and let me tell you why. Because these guys are dwarfs, and they don't get like super big, but they are just so pretty. Okay, so the dwarf sunspot sunflowers. These guys will get 18 inches. That's why I love them. And they're like really compacted. So it ends up having like a lot of clusters of these guys on here. The zinnias, these guys will get 2 to 3 feet tall, and they do. And I think, like I said, because of the area around the courtyard, these guys will look really, really nicely. And I have some other areas out in the back. The same thing for the canaries. These guys end up getting 28 to 33 inches. And then the wildflower hummingbird mix, the heights range anywhere between 2 to 3 feet. So I'm excited about that. So let me go ahead and get these guys tagged, and then we will get them upstairs under the new lights, the Vego lights. Okay, so I got my wild flowers, the hummingbird attractors, and then my sunspot, sunflowers, my zinnias, both in the canary and the enchantress. I'm going to do the third one. Container I didn't realize had a leak in the bottom tray, so I'll get that one hooked up too. So let's see how this ends up working out. Okay, so I got my trays, okra and Swiss chard. So I am loving this setup. Thank you so much, Vego. Okay, guys, some additional information. I should have read all the instructions, but it also has active sleep modes. I had come up here and to check on the plants, and the lights were all off, even though I had checked them this morning. But in reading this, it does have a sleep mode option to where after it enters sleep mode, the grow lights will remain in sleep for 8 hours, after which it will automatically return to the previous mode. This is amazing, just to ensure, you know, your plants are getting the right amount of lighting that it needs. So that's something else. And as you guys can see, I planted these on the 27th of May. Look how the okra has grown, and I'm actually going to go ahead and take it outside and plant it, because okra can be sown right into the garden bed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But as you can see, a lot of my seedlings have already started to sprout. So that's another feature of the Vego Grow Lights. All right, garden friends, I am so excited about working with Vego with their grow lights, and just to see in a short period of time how well it has allowed my seeds to start sprouting. Now, in the description, they are offering a discount, which I will have in there for anyone that is interested in purchasing the Vego Grow Lights. Well, thank you again, Vego, for partnering with me. Thank you again for checking out my video. I so appreciate all the support that I end up getting.